Alright, oh, wait, the fridge is making noise. Come on. Yeah. Gotta use two hands. There we go. Alright, this is a robotic arm I've been working on for a few years now, mostly just during the summers. This is my last day with it. This summer, I'm giving it back to its owner later today. I thought I would just kind of show it off a bit. This summer I was planning to actually be reprogramming this thing. However, the old electronics for it all went bad, so I had to completely redo them. Although all my calculations said I was going to be within the limits of these chips here, I kept burning them out, so... And this guy here, I broke the laws of physics with this. I'm not sure how, but all of my testing showed that these and this was able to connect, yet somehow, when I would hook up my motors to them, they would not be able to power up, though I could still test with an LED that they are getting sufficient power. So I wasn't able to use this. So I had to remake it. All those two circuit boards up there stacked on top of this guy, or not this guy, but the literal Arduino underneath it. Yay, Arduinos. There we go. So it uses an Arduino, or it did, kinda. I made a new board. Here, let me open it up for you. As you can see, there's a little bit of a thing in the way. Pull this out and lift this guy up. There's the circuit board in there. Let me disconnect some wires. There. So as you see, there's a circuit board inside there. Power. Signal. There we go, there's the motherboard. A lot of wires, as you can tell. So here's my notebook, and you can see I've diagrammed this guy here. It's just, I pulled out the microcontroller and put into the robot, so you can not use the actual board. And the idea of this is so you can use it with other robotic arms and stuff. Basically, we have a 5 H-bridge for motor controls, a logic circuit that allows for controlling these guys with pulse width modulation, as well as a type of braking mechanic or circuitry that'll allow for the motors to stop on command by simply shorting out the motors. And so communications, power, these are the motors, and this one blue one is the LED connection. And then here's all the connections for the analog pins, or the analog sensors, because it's a robotic arm, it needs to be able to understand what it's doing. So we got one analog potentiometer there, one here, and one on the other side over here. And there's also an LED built into the hand. And as you can see, you got let me get this, switches. So this switch lets it know when it's closed up all the way. That lets it know when it's grabbed something. This switch also tells it if it's open all the way. And yeah, these switches connect to here. Here's all that signal wire. Basically has 4 GPIO connections, or general input outputs ports. Here's one switch, like I said, there's 2 on there. And here's the 4th one. Get out of there. And there it is. A little block. So the idea is you just drop this guy on there and you program this thing to grab it. It'll only understand like moving the joints to certain angles, so it's not that advanced. This is something I made to test the motors. It also has the circuitry for shorting out the motors when I stop it to make it stop, because this is kind of really annoying when you tell this thing to stop. It doesn't stop and it just kind of grinds the gears a bit. So yeah, some of the issues that I didn't expect was there's a chip right underneath my finger here. Inside there, that's converts USB information to serial information, and it's super sensitive to power surges and well, motors, power system. You use that, you use all the motors, you surge the power, and you end up frying that chip, and then this thing, you can't like communicate with it at all. And like a last minute addition was this debugger port, which that's what this is all for. I basically read what's going on inside the logic here. And I've also like listed out each component and started them when I tested them to check everything, how it's working and all. So yeah, that's my robotic arm. The electronics are working. Didn't have enough time to finish the programming, though I have a good decent library that's able to work. I was just finally at the stage of testing and getting it so that you could put in the commands to put in the different angles for each joint and it would work. Earlier this summer, I upgraded the control panel, so here it is in all its glory. There we go. So yeah, I thought I'd just make one final update about that before I say goodbye to it. Yep. Okay. See ya.